Tired now?
Oh, here you go. He hurt the car.
Nah, he texted me.
Get your butt out here.
How's your car doing?
Good. I mean, it gets gassed by yellow Corvettes now, so I gotta.
What?
Just kidding. What? No, they were good. They were good races, but I think it pumped some people's heads up. So
No, it always does.
it's funny.
So it's all done in this thing, bolt-ons?
Yeah. And a up tune.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we asked the guy who tuned it. He's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh.
Literally. So I have no idea who tuned it.
All right then.
Yeah.
How's it doing so far?
Good. At first it was like 10-5 air fuel ratio and had like 32 degrees of timing in it.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Well, it got 9 degrees of knock, which pulled it back down to about where it should be. So, yeah, we're fixing that.
Nice. Go a little flashy.
That's it. Not with my
No.
here. I don't want to get demonetized.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
What a big censor bar.
Nudity.
Flag for nudity. It's got a fast on it, but it's got like a K and N.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Headers of some sort, I assume?
Yeah.
That's all I really need to know.
Yep.
I don't really need to know anything unless it's got different injectors or something like that in it.
True.
They're all tuned the same. It's got an air intake and headers.
Right.
Know what I mean?
Well, I know what you mean from you telling me these things. I don't know them from personal experience.
Nam who?
No, I mean, yeah.
Nam who? She's in tight. God bless you. Some jerky boy man.
Goes way back.
Yeah.
Dude, they have Jerky Boys on Netflix now.
This is the funniest video in the world. Have you seen this video yet? This kid dancing with this chick?
No.
It's legit the funniest thing in the world.
Tag me or send it to me or something.
It's the fucking funniest in the world.
Is this what you do while you're on the dyno? While you're flashing?
Sometimes, usually I fucking talk to people
Talk to people.
who fucking message me and all day. And email me and that stuff.
For the questions, we weren't really trying to do technical questions about your car, like what you need to make so and so. If you're interested in a package or putting something together, email us, sales@racepromotorsports.net. These are more so questions for the shop, for the guys here.
What is your most useful / favorite tool?
Steve? Well, is that useful?
Yeah, you did say
He
useful.
is quite the tool.
You did say useful.
Probably my electric ratchet. I always talk about that thing.
I know you made me buy one.
Yeah, I've literally made everybody buy one.
Yep, I bought one too.
I love that thing.
What's Angry Eric's favorite DMB song, and does he weep when he listens to it?
I don't have a favorite Dave Matthews Band song.
They're all that good to you?
Now I just don't listen to it. I really couldn't tell you one song.
Here's a question for Steve. Do people ever get mad at you for filming them?
No one ever gets mad.
Really?
I've never seen that.
No one ever.
That's how I got my name, man.
Everybody loves it.
Will RPM ever work on modern Ford stuff?
No.
Nah.
No.
Same thing. Someone else asked about Dodge stuff.
Yeah. No, the answer is absolutely no.
You say stick with what you're good at.
That's it.
Yeah.
If you're good at making bread, just keep making bread.
Yep.
What's your dream car, Tyler?
Actually, it's a Nova.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. Oh, you and Eric are like twinsies.
Mine's a different year.
Yeah. What year are you like?
67. That or CTSV. Neither of which I can afford, so it really doesn't matter.
And was it a big change going from the LS-based engine to the more LT engines?
Everything's pretty much, the same.
Yeah,
Except for, little bit.
there's certain things that are different.
Yeah,
I
certain
think,
things.
like, tuning-wise, they're way, like, drastically different than they are, like, mechanically-wise.
Yeah, but mechanically wise, everything's pretty,
Yeah.
some it's the same, you even use some of the same parts.
Yeah, lifters and timing chains and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Has the web series changed business for RPM? If so, how?
Yeah, it's I get a lot of people are directed to us from YouTube, as opposed to, back in the day it was more forum based, and then which turned into Facebook, which turned into YouTube. So yes, the medium for how people are hearing about us has definitely changed.
On average, how long does it take to tune a car, start to finish? Anywhere from an hour to 4 hours, 5 hours. What are some things you should look for when choosing a speed shop and a tuner?
Us.
Yeah, just look right here. That's all you need to know.
How did you get into cars?
I grew up at a drag strip.
That's a pretty good answer. You guys still do like the snack bar and all that good stuff still?
Yep.
So yeah, if you come to Cecil, you'll probably see Tyler there.
Yeah, at some point. That or on a little golf cart riding around.
It's faster than your Duramax.
Question from Diddy. Racing on the street or the track? You can only pick one and explain. Track. All day.
Yes.
Safer, better. There's no arguments on anything. Red light, fail, win light wins. That's...
Straight up.
Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory.
Steve, who is Bob Sacramento? Well, it's Bob Sacramento, and he is Kramer's shady friend that always has his deals. As some people watching the older episodes know, I'm a huge Seinfeld fan, so that's a good one.
What do your employees drive / personal cars? We all know what...
Yeah, we all know what Steve drives.
I daily drive Volkswagen Touareg, and then I have my LS E36 M3.
I have a 2017 F450, then my Z06 race car, and then I have a 2010 ZR1, and then a whole bunch of others.
I have a 2016 Silverado and 69 Nova.
A 2011 GMC Sierra and a 91 Mustang.
And I have a 2014 Chevy SS.
Will Steve ever be allowed to get his car tuned at RPM?
No.
No.
If you had to pick one song to listen to for the rest of your life, would it be Snow, Informer, or Venga Bus?
I don't know.
And then what is your next sports car?
If I can help it, it'll be a CTSV.
Coupe or sedan?
Sedan.
Manual or auto?
At this point, it doesn't really matter if I can just have one.
Okay. No wagon?
They're more expensive than the 4-doors.
Okay.
I'd rather have a wagon.
You look like a wagon guy.
Whatever.
What type of colleges and majors did you guys go through? Go ahead, Steve. We'll start with you.
I originally went to school for communications, then changed to education.
And then liberal arts.
That was yours.
Yeah.
That's yours.
No, I went to Dell Tech for their like GM ASET program, which was just a GM like mechanics type thing, and then I finished that, and then I went to the School of Automotive Machinists in Houston, and then when I got done there, I started this place basically.
Yeah, I just started working in a shop in high school, and then I went to Automotive Training Center for 15 months, and then that was it basically. Learn more working in the field though.
That's always how it
than you
is.
do in the classroom. But when I was at ATC, half the day would be in the classroom learning bull, then you actually go out to the shop and do stuff. But they only let you do certain stuff in there, like in class. Mostly the teachers showing you how to do.
Yeah.
But learned way more in the field from guys that I've worked with along the way. They've been better teachers than I had in school.
Pretty
Mr.
much
Tyler?
the same for me. Went from high school to Tech, trade school for automotive, and went from there to working at a shop and learned more in the shop than I did at school.
Yeah, I have a degree from Penn State in business management.
That's why you're up here.
Yeah. Can we know more about Steve's BMW? You can. Fran won't let me on this channel, but I have more on my Instagram. It's bsaint media. I have a lot of pictures, video, and stuff on there. So if you do want to know more about it, check it out there.
Why do you drive a Ford F-450 over anything Chevy or?
Because Ford makes the best trucks.
There you go.
When I had an 03 6-liter with like 200,000 miles on it. Before I got my 15 F350, I drove them all. I drove a Dodge, I drove a GMC, and I drove the Ford. And Ford was by far the nicest. GM is like 3 or 4 years back on the interior side from Dodge and Ford. Dodge and Ford, interior-wise, have GM killed. When will Angry Eric merch be available? What made you want to start a shop?
Sure.
That will probably be if we do a video like of me and how this was started.
We'll do a whole separate one soon.
Yeah.
How it got started.
What's everyone's dream car?
Koenigsegg.
Who?
Koenigsegg.
Man, that is not the answer I thought you were going to say.
What do you think I was going to say?
E32 LS swap BMW.
I already own that. No.
That's my dream car.
What?
LS swap BMW.
I believe it.
Yeah.
100%. I'll sell it to you. 100 grand. Koenigsegg, 1-to-1.
Koenigsegg's are sick. I don't know what my dream car is. I don't know if I really have one. I'd love a twin turbo Lambo, but I'd probably get an R8 instead.
Really, to be different?
Yeah, because everyone has a twin turbo Lambo, and an R8 is the same thing
Yeah,
as
everybody.
the Lambo.
They're just going around like nothing.
They are in reality now. I mean, I don't know. I love my ZR1.
Yeah, I would have to say before I started here, not that it's changed much, but my dream car was a white ZR1.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. But I mean, I've got working here, I've got to be around them all the time. But
and then you had to work on his, and then you're like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Why don't you ever want to drive? Ask me to drive.
I'm not going to ask you to go.
Well, I don't give a. You can go drive it. I literally, it's been back.
I've driven them before.
It's been parked in the back for like 2 months.
Right.
Yeah.
If you want to drive it, go drive it.
But
it's pretty fun.
I'd have to say that now it's nothing fast, but it's just the rarity of it. But it's 69 Yanko.
Yeah, I was going to say something like that.
Yeah, that's just something I've always wanted to drive, and because back then, for what they were beasts on the street.
Yeah.
So.
Tyler, some Fox body.
No, be either 67 Nova or a CTSV, neither of which I think I'll ever be able to afford. So.
Yeah, you will. CTSVs they're like,
Yeah.
they're like $8.
20 yeah.
Everybody's got those.
Still, you got the IROC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still want an LS swap 3rd gen.
Really?
Yeah.
He won't.
Yep.
Nice.
I think I got like. We could probably buy one.
Yeah, how much you got?
I think I got like. This is like 500. Really?
Yeah.
Steve, what's your camera setup? My camera setup is a Panasonic GH4 with a Metabone speed booster. It allows me to run my Nikon lenses because I shoot my photos on a Nikon. So the lens I'm using right now is a Tokina 11-16.
Eric, who or what makes you the most angry at work?
Oh, I think we all know that. And it's not that I hate the guy. It's just, you know, I love you, Steve. And it's sometimes, and I said this to Tyler the other day, there's sometimes where I'm just in the fucking zone,
yeah.
man, and I'm cranking stuff out, and I have certain things like an order that I want to do something, and he's like, "So how's it going? What's going on?" And I'm just like, "Ah."
I guess that's how I sound.
Well, just because like you remember where you put something.
Yeah.
And you're always remembering that unless something distracts you.
And I don't like being distracted because then, you know,
Yeah.
if you're zoned in on something, you're just busting it out, and you know.
What's done to Fran's ZR1?
Separate video.
Yeah, everything. Makes 1100 the tire.
Someone asked, when are you getting a secretary? Because
You want to look at hot chicks,
Yeah.
not me. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get started on your Fran and Bill? How did you get started on your business? That'll be a separate video. I read on your website you went to Sam Tech a few years back. Yeah, like I graduated there in 2004. Started this place in 2005. And for Angry Eric and Tyler, what model Snap-on boxes do you have? You don't even have a Snap-on box. Is your Snap-on?
I couldn't even tell you. Same one as you have.
Mine's a 1023
Mine's a 10. That's what mine is then.
or 1033. I don't remember.
I couldn't tell you what mine is. I know mine's a smaller
You have a double or triple bank?
double. Mine's
Yours
a small
is-
version.
Mine's the same as yours, just without the top.
Okay. Mine's a triple bank. I think the 1033 and the 1023 are different. Mine has two big drawers.
Yeah.
And I think the 1023 or something only has one. I think mine's a 30. I don't remember. Something like that.
When did Angry Eric go on meds? He seems much calmer.
I'm not on medication. The Eagles won the Super Bowl.
I've noticed that you guys prefer to stay away from LS1 and LS6. Is this due to the age of the cars, just the type of customer that owns these cars? Just a business decision, really. I mean, it's just like we don't work on LT1s anymore. It's just, I guess, advancing with the times. It's
You gotta pick a stopping point.
Yeah, you got to pick a stopping point on stuff that you do and don't work on. I mean, we're so swamped with working on majority of what we work on now. And like we say 2005 and newer, the majority of what we work on.
2010.
Yeah, it's like 2000. I mean, the oldest stuff we work on in reality is like C6Es. Bill, how often do you think about running over, taking out Fran so you can fully inherit the shop and possibly his insurance money?
We had a good answer to this too over there. So.
Never, because I mean, Fran and I are yin and yang. I think it's a good balance of asshole and nice guy between the two of us.
that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
No, that is a fact.
Yeah.
Highest horsepower record on the dyno.
Twin turbo.
That's the twin turbo Z, made 1550 something. High school, college, class, blah, blah, blah. High school.
Got in trouble?
Huh?
Got in trouble.
Yeah, I was an asshole in high school.
How much has changed?
Yeah, not much has changed.
No, I just didn't because I don't know, I'm just not like that, a school person. I didn't do homework. And I told all my teachers that I wasn't going to do homework. It was just, I never lied, so they liked me. I was like, look, I'm not doing homework. I go to school from 7 to 2:30 or whenever the hell we went to school. I was like, I'm doing nothing school related after school.
It's true.
That's
a good point.
I passed. I mean, somehow. Car stuff wise, I went to Votech 3 years in high school. I was the first one in my high school to go for 3 years. Because originally you could only go in your junior and senior year, but I went in 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. And then we already covered the college stuff.
What are your dyno numbers for your LS Swap BMW? It dynoed about 422 to the wheels and 398 foot-pounds of torque, which with all this stuff doesn't sound like a lot, but the car does weigh only 2,800 pounds, so it does move pretty well. Fran will still tell you it's slow, so.
Will any of you come to Texas 2K18? 18, no, but I've been there a couple years. I used to live in Houston for 2 years, so I was there when I was living there. What is used to tune the cars on the dyno? I assume you mean like software. HP tuners on 95% of the cars we do. Generally Holly or something other than that. That white 5th gen that we just had on there has a Haltech on it.
Angry Eric, shaved or hairy? That's the question.
I mean,
Is that even a question?
yeah, I mean,
Who wants
who the hell wants to know that? Is what I want to know.
Chad Dietz.
I would
wants to know.
hope that's a woman that would want to know that.
Chad Dietz wants to know.
This one has 21 likes. Will you ever dyno Steve's BMW so we can actually see how slow it actually is? I might do that.
Well, beat a GTR. It can't be that slow.
Yeah, exactly. Swiss cake roll or oatmeal cream pie? Oatmeal cream pie. all
A
day.
what?
Swiss cake.
A Swiss cake roll, like the
Little Debbie.
chocolate, like and cream roll thing.
And what was the other one?
Oatmeal cream pie.
Oatmeal cream.
Oh, I'd have to go with the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Chocolate or oatmeal?
no way. The oatmeal cream pies are like the best thing ever,
I
dude.
can't get that
Tyler's
one.
like, I don't like food.
What do you think?
Oatmeal.
Yeah, oatmeal cream pies.
I like them both, but I would have to go with the first one.
Eric, does your mom really sound like Steve's impression?
No, absolutely not. She wasn't too thrilled about that.
No?
Yeah.
How long have you been working for RPM?
I have been here just over a year. I started October 2016. I actually started doing these videos about 6 years ago when we were at the old shop in Claymont, and they started doing really well, but I moved to Florida. We kind of had to stop doing the videos, and Fran kept messaging me and texting me saying, hey, when are we coming back? You got to do more stuff, da da da. So eventually, 5 years later, I moved back, and here we are.
June will be 3 years.
Yeah.
June will be 3 years.
You're probably only like a
April
year?
will be a year for me.
Yeah, okay. What are you, 7?
No, May will be 7 years for me.
How much does Fran's race car make, and what's the fastest pass on the car? It's been 757, 185. I have no idea how much power it makes.
See ya, 757 at 183. They put it in the 750 range right there. Career best quarter mile hit for Fran Schatz. 485 to the 8th mile. They're going to be happy with that one as Schatz goes up to number 9. Gregory stays 11.
Enough. I think it was like 3,270 pounds when it went that fast. So whatever that equates to.
For all of you who have gotten in trouble with the law, what and for what?
I've been arrested before for trespassing, fishing.
Got
Yeah,
arrested fishing.
Hoops Reservoir, Delaware.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's.
I mean, not technically arrested. They just, put me in cuffs and put me in the back of a car and said, hey, here's your... And then I ended up going to court for it, and they literally went up in front of the judge. He's like, oh, Hoops Reservoir, I used to party there when I was a kid. Here's a $100 fine. Like,
So
my one buddy went through and got all these lawyers and his lawyer fees ended up being like $800, and we all got away with like $100 fines. So he was a dumbass.
How did you get into a career? How do you get into a career like this? What kind of schooling do you need? Yeah, common sense is the number one thing that you need basically in life. That's words of wisdom from Fran. Have common sense.
Steve, what tire shine was used on Mike's car when it was washed? I don't know, actually. Bill washed it. I usually will wash car when it's stuff, but I was away that week, so Bill stepped up and washed Mike's car. I don't know what tire shine he used, but I'll have to go look over there. I know someone else mentioned, do you guys use Adams polishes when you clean cars? We're not a detail shop. We don't detail cars. We do like to clean them before we get them out to the customers. Just something nice, especially if it's nice out. I'll do it all the time with the customer's car. Picking up your car and it being done and cleaned is kind of a nice extra touch. So we will do that, but no, we're not a detail shop, so we don't do anything crazy.
How many times a day do you think of slapping Steve?
Yeah, I think I answered this one before. It all depends how often I say them.
How old do you all work on? That was 2005 and newer. Basically anything with a non-cable driven throttle body. Drive-by-wire only. And even sometimes that is...
Yes, because there's some C5s that are cable.
Unless it's got a holly.
I mean, drive-by-wire. All C5s are.
You mentioned before you'll do stuff with hollies.
Yeah, stuff with anything with a holly on it, I'll tune. Anything.
Like the Chevelle one.
Yeah, the Chevelle or anything like that. A BMW, just not yours.
What has been your favorite build we've done here?
I did like that 67 Camaro we did in the old shop.
Oh, that was before me.
Yeah.
Oh, the blue one too.
The blue one,
Yeah, that
yeah.
I remember that
From
when I was
Clyde's
there.
cousin.
Yeah. I remember that when I was there. I remember because it was all.
LS3 with the Vortex supercharger.
That thing was
a-
clean.
That was a clean build.
Can we get more footage on Fran's race car NZR1? Yes, we will probably do a thing on that. Do you ever get bored working on LS engines? My answer is no.
No, I mean, I'd rather work on this than some of the other things to work on.
I
That's
mean,
for damn
yeah.
sure.
As opposed to like small block Chevys or Dodge or any dual overhead cam
overhead
jump
Mustang.
Ford stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way. That's about it, I think.
Okay, back to work.